Okay, so let's get going then. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to the latest Soapbox Trips webinar. We've got three of us in attendance today. There's myself, Sean Murphy, Trips Manager. We've got Alison Robinson, who is the CEO of 252 Challenge, and which Soapbox Trips come under. And we have Brendan with us this evening as well, who's going to be talking to us. He's going to be telling us about his trip with us to Bolivia earlier this year. So I want to ask him a few questions and he will tell us a bit more about his adventures with us. So Brendan, good evening. Welcome from Manchester. Glad to have you with us.
Hi.
Hi. So firstly, how did you hear about Soapbox Trips?
I heard through Altrincham Baptist Church when I was first looking to do short-term mission. They pointed me towards Soapbox Trips.
Okay, that's cool. That's handy because that's where we were for quite a while, but that's good that they're promoting us. So great. And then, so did they? Yeah, did they give you direct contact to myself? Wasn't it? Is that how it worked?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, it's a while ago now, but I think so.
Yeah, brilliant. So, and then what made you choose Bolivia? Why Bolivia?
There was a mission Sunday, I think back in May 2019, and Gordon from our church stood up and spoke about his time in Bolivia. And almost immediately I started feeling called to go and do foreign mission and to do it in Bolivia. And that feeling grew stronger. And so even after that first church service, I went and spoke to some people about it, Andrew Hawksworth and some people from the World Mission team. And that was when they told me about Soapbox. So yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so God just put it on your heart from the talk with somebody who'd been out there before.
That's right. Yeah.
Excellent. So, okay, so on your trip, this was a different trip because a lot of our trips we send teams, but you actually went on your own on this trip, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. There wasn't really any possibility of getting a team together, so I went on my own. Yeah.
Yeah. So we sent you on your own. So our trips generally will get involved in a lot of practical work, but obviously on your own you couldn't do a great deal of that to that extent. So what did you get involved in your time? Sorry, first of all, how long were you out there for?
I was there for 3 weeks.
You went there for 3 weeks. Okay. So what did you get involved in your 3 weeks in Bolivia?
The main things I was doing was teaching English, including teaching some of the Bible in English and Spanish.
Okay.
Famous verses and things, and also playing football with the children. So we do an hour of English and then we do an hour of football. I also did painting of the rooms for the school. And in the final week, we cooked and sold sausage buns and sold them to people so that the children could have a day out and raise some money for the school as well.
Excellent. So, which one was there any one you particularly enjoyed the most? Which kind of
I think
did you find the most rewarding?
I enjoyed the football the most because I love playing football.
Yeah.
I think I got the most out of the English teaching. That was the most rewarding thing.
Okay. Was that easy to do? Would it be easy for kind of somebody to do?
Well, it was pretty challenging because I wasn't really sure what to expect. So the first lesson, me and Veronica, who was his director of the school, she was there, and then quite quickly she just said, "I'm going to leave you to it." So I must have been doing all right, and she just said, "Come and get me if there's any problems." So I was thrown in the deep end a bit, but I rose to it, and it was good. Yeah,
excellent.
I didn't really prepare enough material for the first lesson. I prepared what I thought would last 2 or 3 lessons, and it was all gone in about half an hour. So I started grabbing items around the room and asking what they are in English.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's it. Yeah, that sounds like how trips work. Make it up as you go along. You have a plan, and then
there was an element of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but God's with us, and it works out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Have you had any teaching experience then, Brendan, or was that the first time?
Yeah, that was the first time. Other than I taught English one-on-one when I was living in France, but yeah, almost no teaching experience at all up to that point.
Brilliant. That's great. I mean, that's great for people looking in. People are watching this thinking, "Oh, I need to be trained to do it." It's like, no, you don't.
I think if God calls you to do something, He'll equip you to do it, even if it seems like something you wouldn't feel you could do. He will give you the ability to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So okay. So with the trip, with all the things you did it live up to your expectations? What were you expecting from it? Did it live up to it? How did that work out?
I wasn't really sure what to expect, and I was very nervous about going there, but it was way beyond expectations. Quite quickly, I sort of wished I was there for 5 or 6 weeks instead of just 3 weeks. So yeah, it went way beyond my expectations.
Yeah, excellent. And about accommodation, that, so did you stay with a family, I believe, is that correct?
Yeah, I stayed with the family. Yeah, a
Uh,
lady and her son.
and how did
They
that
were
work out?
lovely.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, she was a really good cook, which I enjoyed and made me feel very welcome. I felt at home there very quickly.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So, so what impact do you think the trip had on you? You've been back when you went in January, February, didn't you, this year? So you've been back kind of 9, 10 months now, and obviously had time to process it, I would imagine. So, kind of looking back now, what impact do you think it's had on you? Has it changed you?
I think 3 things. So it's boosted my confidence a lot. You know, rising through all the challenges, doing this thing on my own on the other side of the world, and overcoming all the things I had to overcome.
Mhm.
My faith grew tremendously in the lead up to it and during the trip, having to rely on God. And like, I was very worried about the journey, so prayed and prayed and prayed about that, and I made it quite
Yeah.
comfortably, and it was all smooth. And thirdly, I can speak Spanish now, so that's something that's come out of the show. I've continued working on my Spanish since I got
Muy
back.
bien, muy
Sí.
bien. Excellent. That's good. That's good. So, um, would you go back to Bolivia?
Yeah, definitely. I was hoping to go back this winter, but because of coronavirus, it's just not really possible. But as soon as I can, probably January 2022, I'll
Okay.
go there.
And I guess expectations may be based on your previous trip, but I think you probably would know by now that that may not happen. It could be anything that you could get involved in with the community, but you just go
Yeah,
there.
it could be different, but yeah, I'm happy to do anything. I just really want to go back there, and I want to see the friends that I made there as well.
Yeah. Okay. What's I'm throwing this one in now because we didn't kind of prepare this, but what was the thing that impacted you the most about the trip?
I think just God's faithfulness in enabling me to do all the things that were asked of me.
Yeah. Yeah. Amen. Yeah. Great. Great. Okay. Um, And would your experience of a short term, was this the first time you've ever done a short term mission trip like this?
Yes, it was the first time I've done any foreign mission
Any
at
foreign
all.
mission?
Yeah, short or long term. Yeah.
Okay, so would you kind of recommend it to anybody else? And if so, kind of why? Although you've probably hinted on some of that now, but if so, why would you
Yeah,
recommend it?
I definitely recommend it. I think it's a great way to dip your toe in the water of doing foreign mission,
Hmm.
whether or not you're planning to do it long term, but you know, to try it and to have a really good time as well doing it. So I would recommend it. Yeah.
Brilliant, great. Um, that's about all I've got to ask. Any other questions, Alison? I think we've covered a pretty
Yeah,
lot
no,
much there.
I've got a couple just from what you were
Okay.
talking about. So before you went, what were you worried about before you went?
Uh,
Did you have any concerns?
the biggest thing I was worried about was the journey actually, because I had to travel to Madrid and then to Santa Cruz, which is in Bolivia, and
Yeah,
then again on to Cochabamba. So like 3 changes.
yeah,
Um, yeah, yeah. I almost couldn't think about like worrying about the actual mission part of it because I was so worried about the journey. But
yeah.
yeah, I got through it and it was fine in the end. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. Bolivia was actually the first mission trip that I did
And
with
me.
Mm.
Sean, actually.
Okay.
And so that was back in 1998. So, yeah, so that was the start of something for me. So,
Mm.
yeah, let's see what it's the start of for you as well.
Interesting enough, as Alison, you probably know, I don't know if I told you, Brendan, but Bolivia was the first trip that I did as well. Kathy and I did it in 1996. So uh,
Yeah.
see where we are 25 years later and 20 years later. So watch out, Brendan. See where you're going to
Yeah.
be in 20 years.
Yeah. I really want it to be a regular thing. I want to go back there every year if I can.
Yeah,
Excellent.
My
yeah,
winter thing to do when I'm not working as much.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So
Me
tell us a
too.
little bit more about the project partner then. So who's the project partner, and is it just the school that you worked at?
It was
What
through
were you able
Serve
to do?
Abroad. It's a charity based in Cochabamba. So they
Okay.
organised the actual work at the Pepe, which is an affordable school for affordable Christian school for children.
Okay, and so
Yeah,
it was just that one project that you were supporting, was it? Because
It
sometimes
was, yeah.
you do different projects. Okay,
Yeah, I was only there 3 weeks, so it was good to focus on one one
Yeah.
project.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you do in your spare time? So did you get any free time, and what did you do then?
I watched some football with Danny, Tatiana's son, the guy I was staying with.
Okay.
What else did I do? Went to a market. I spent a lot of time with Veronica and Pablo. Veronica being the director of the school. So they took me out to dinner and we did lots of trips out and stuff with them. So it was really nice. They really looked after me and made me feel like one of their family.
Lovely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And the culture in Bolivia is quite different to the culture over here. What were the things that really struck you? And maybe was there anything that you thought actually the culture over there, they're doing something right, whereas we're not, or that kind of thing? What the difference is?
Something interesting. Apparently, all the food they grow and produce, with the exception of soybeans, is organic, which I thought was interesting.
Okay.
They're very, very keen on family and like they're very close knit. So whereas we have like an individualist culture, theirs is a collectivist culture, all about looking after each other, which is good. And I remember seeing Jesus Te Amo, Jesus love you, written everywhere. It was on taxis and buses and stuff. It was really cool. So
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
quite a strong Christian country, I think.
Yeah, all the truthies have it on, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just great that obviously it's had a huge impact on your life. The fact that you want to go back again, because Bolivia is not the easiest place to get to, as you just said.
No.
I think I've been there about a dozen times and probably gone about 6 different routes to get there. So there's umpteen ways to get there. So as you say, it's usually 2 changes, if not 3 changes. So the fact that you want to go back and do that trip again, which was the most worrying thing that you had leading up to it. Would you be worried this time about going, or are you pretty cool about it now?
Much less worried.
Much less worried.
Like, yeah, I mean, probably have a small bit of nerves, but yeah, now I've done it.
Yeah.
And especially if I'm traveling on the same route, I really wouldn't be as worried.
Yeah.
My Spanish is better now for navigating airports and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's all brilliant for if you go, especially if you're going through Madrid, then your Spanish is just brilliant. It's great. So well, let's hope you get out there in 2021, 2022. 2022.
Yeah.
Let's pray that God gives you lots of work and you can get back out there again. And,
yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Bless you. I think that's about it. Dios te bendiga.
Dios te bendiga, mi amigo.
Mi amigo. And yeah,